Today we will be talking about solving or transforming equations using multiplication and division. In our first example here we have 5x equals 75 and we want to solve this equation. Let's split our equation into a left side and a right side. Over here on the left side, this 5x really means 5 times x. So to solve this equation, we're going to do the opposite of multiplying by 5, and we are going to divide by 5. So I'm going to divide by 5 on the left side. Now I'm going to divide by 5 on the right side. 5 divided by 5 on the left side is 1, so I'm going to cross these off. And I'm left with x equals, now I divided the left side by 5, and 75 divided by 5, if you do out the long division, you would get 15. So our solution to this first example is x equals 15. In our next example, we're multiplying by a fraction. We're going to do this in 2 steps to solve it. So I'm going to split it once again into a left side and a right side. The first thing I'm going to do is clear the denominator. Fractions are really division, so to clear the denominator, I'm going to end up multiplying by the denominator. So over here, I'm going to multiply by 5, and that clears the denominator. Over here, I'm going to multiply by 5. On the left side, I'm now left with 1h equals 85. Now, to get this h alone, just like before, I'm going to divide by 1, and I get h equals 85. So our solution to this equation is h equals 85. In my next equation, once again, we have a fraction. Fractions are division, so to clear division, we're going to multiply. So let's start once again by splitting this into a left side and a right side. Over here, I'm going to clear the fraction, so I'm going to multiply by 2. Over here, I'm going to multiply by 2. I'm now left with 1w equals negative 8 times 2 is negative 16. Now, to get the w all alone, I'm going to divide by 1. That's gone because 1 divided by 1 is 1. Now I'm going to divide by 1, not negative 1, and I'm left with w equals negative 16. In my next equation, once again, it has a fraction in it. Fractions are just division, so the opposite of dividing is multiplying. So let's split our equation into a left side and a right side. I'm going to begin by clearing the fraction. So I'm going to multiply by 7, and over here I'm going to multiply by 7. I'm now left with negative 2a, don't forget about that negative sign, equals 14 times 7, I get 98, so I have negative 98 on the right side. Now to get this a alone, that's multiplying over here, so I'm going to divide by negative 2, divide by negative 2, and I'm left with a equals 98 divided by 2 is 49. And then a negative divided by a negative is a positive, so I have a equals 49. On my next example here, it's nothing any different. The x is on the right side of the equal sign, but that doesn't change what we're doing. So over here, I'm going to split it into a left side and a right side. The right side here, that really means negative 25 times x. So I want to do the opposite of multiplying by negative 25, and that's dividing by negative 25. So I'm going to divide by negative 25. Over here, I'm going to divide by negative 25. Now I'm left with x equals 275 divided by negative 25 is negative 11. You can leave your answer like that. The book's probably going to switch the x and your solution around. So we'll do that, and we get x equals negative 11. Alright, in our next example we have the x on the right side, so we want to get the x alone, so let's split our equation up into a left side and a right side. Now, I'm going to clear the fraction, or get rid of the denominator, so I'm going to multiply by 7 on the right side here. That clears the denominator out. Over here I'm going to multiply by 7. Let's come over here and do 39 times 7 real quick. We get 63, carry the 6, 3 times 7 is 21, plus 6 is 273. So I have 273 on the left side, and that's going to equal what's left on the right side is negative 13x. Now, just like before, we want to get the x alone. That's multiplying going on between the negative 13 and the x. So I'm going to divide by negative 13. Divide by negative 13. And you're left with x equals, and if you divide 273 divided by 13, you would end up getting 21. So I'm left with x equals negative 21, because a positive divided by a negative is a negative. Let's rewrite this as x equals negative 21. Okay, here's your assignment for section 3.2, page 104, 1 through 28, every other odd and even. Once again, just like in section 3.1, you need to show all your work. Any problem without any work is only worth half credit. If you have any questions, see me in the morning or ask me in class tomorrow.